Hello, beautiful people. Today is day 2 of 5 days of Easter crafting. We're coloring Easter eggs today, so join me. It's 2020 and we're on Easter lockdown. You're not going to be able to leave the house and buy a bunch of new pretty crap, so go around your house and find all your old pretty crap. I know this is going to be a challenge for all of you shoppers out there who love going to Michael's and buying new stuff. All right, so let's get into day 2 of Easter crafting because we're on lockdown. So I'm going to go ahead and get these on a hot boil right now. Get ready to hit the pause button for a moment as I give you my no-fail, easy-to-peel hard-boiled egg recipe. The secret is in the ice bath. This is the old traditional way to dye Easter eggs, which I love, and you use food coloring, vinegar, and boiling water. And you'll want to pause in a moment to get that recipe. So what I want to do first is dye a few of these. We'll go ahead and decorate them afterwards. I specifically wanted to leave some of the hard-boiled eggs white because I wanted to see what markers looked like on them. And this brand is Zebra Mildliner, and I found them at Target. Now I'm trying a different design, more of a harlequin design on one of the hard-boiled eggs. And I'm using the darker Crayola brand Super Tip markers. Let's go ahead and continue on. And we'll just put in a few little dots. Give it a little bit more color, but maintain some of the white, because white and color is beautiful. Okay, so check this out. This is something interesting, looking like a little bit of an ombre effect. So let me talk to you about how we're going to achieve that look. You need some of this. You need a protective finish, a polyacrylic. Ultra fast drying, easy cleanup. So this is a water base. All right, let's start light to dark in the rainbow. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's pretty. Let me talk to you a little bit about this glaze. So you want to use about 1 teaspoon of the polyacrylic to 1 dot of food coloring. And with that, you can use it to establish like a stained glass effect. You can also just paint directly right onto the egg and let it run together and drip together like an ombre effect, like I'm showing you with this one egg right here. Now that we have our glazes ready, go ahead and just paint directly onto the hard-boiled egg. And in order to get that ombre effect, just go ahead and allow it to drip down into the next color. And that's how you'll be able to mix those colors together. Sorry, a little bit out of frame there, but this turns out really nicely if you try it. All right, I'm trying to fix this green one that we had marked up with stamps that just didn't work. So I tried something new, and I'll show you what the process is. So with the glaze, the polyacrylic and food coloring, I was just dropping a little bit right there on top of the egg and letting it drizzle down. And it might need a little bit of help with a little bit of water. So I've also been putting just a tiny bit of water on there, getting it to really drip down the sides. I like it. It's turning out kind of interesting. All right, with this one, let's just use our finger and dot in some polka dots. Ooh, this is super quick and easy. All right, now these are going to drip a little bit and I don't want them to, so let's go back in and take a little bit off. Okay, we are on our last method of egg dyeing and we're going to start doing the glittered eggs. So what you need to do with that is just paint the bottom with the clear polyacrylic. You could also use any of these other stains that we had made earlier, but I tell you they will show through. So I like to come up about a little less than 1/2. And make sure you've got a really good coat all the way around so the glitter sticks. And then just dip it in the glitter and swirl it around, roll it around, do whatever you can to get the glitter on there. And then go ahead and scoop it and really put it on liberally because you can always shake it off. It's on there pretty good. All right, so that's our glitter eggs. Okay, we're on the last leg of the journey of our egg decorating day. And with one of the brown eggs, I decided to glitter it. And I like how it's turning out. So the process I've been using is just dab a tiny bit of the polyacrylic, rub it around, and then drop in some glitter. And I've been using a couple of different colors because it gives it an ombre effect. So right there it looks green. let's go ahead and add just a tiny bit of the turquoise right on top. Tamp it down a little bit. And so you see, it is an ombre effect. All right, so I think we're just about finished with egg dyeing today. So let's recap. The thing that we did is we went ahead and we dropped a couple of these white hard-boiled eggs into the vinegar and food coloring solution, and we let them dye for probably about 30 minutes. And then while we were doing that, we went ahead and started to use our markers on a couple of these white eggs. And so for the very pale color, the rainbow colors, I used the Zebra mild liner brand markers, and we got that rainbow effect. For these, the prettier, deeper rainbow colors, we were using Crayola markers with that kind of thick, half chiseled and then half bullet point tip. So those came out very nice. I like that. Then I talked to you guys and showed you how to build a glaze with polyacrylic and food coloring. So that's what these are. And what we did on that, we went ahead and did a little bit of an ombre effect on this, and love how that turned out. On this one right here, I just used my fingers and dipped in the glaze and dropped in a little bit of color. We glittered 1/2 of these eggs, and I showed you how to, with a paintbrush, just paint the very bottom end and then dip it here in the glitter. This one, very interesting. That was my mistake. I thought maybe I could stamp with ink on some of these, but the surface of the egg is just not flat enough to get a real good stamp. So then I stood it straight up and drizzled a little bit of color down the sides. And this, I sat back down into one of these mini tea light candle holders, and that's how I got that perfect edge right there, which I do like. Now this one was fun. I just showed you how to use a paintbrush with a little bit of polyacrylic, dot in the polyacrylic clear, and then scoop on a little bit of glitter. Now I want to talk to you about glitter. These eggs are still safe to eat even though we've glittered some of them. What you want to do is crack the eggshells, take off all the eggshell that you see, and then run it under warm water at the sink and just smooth the skin of the egg just with your hands. Just clear it of any debris and any glitter or eggshell, and it will be fine to eat. All right, thank you so much today for watching. I had a lot of fun, and now we're ready for Easter. And as a bonus clip, I'm going to show you what I do with the last little bit of glaze that we've got here. That's kind of neat. So hold on for that.
All right, what I did with the glaze is I used it as paint. So I took a plain white canvas and went ahead and painted the glaze directly onto the canvas. And now what you're watching is I'm dropping a little bit of glitter in on top and tamping it down with my fingers. So hold on for the final product. It ended up actually looking pretty cool. I don't know what I'll use it for, but it's bright and cheerful. The glittered canvas turned out so fun and bright. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it sure is pretty. Thanks for joining me for 5 days of Easter crafts. Tune in tomorrow for more. I'll soon be loading up a clip art video on how to do clip art on your phone. As always, Gigi and I are sending hugs. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.